Hi, my name is Kurn, and this is my guide to Stratholme. If you're not using the random dungeon finder to get to Strat, the first thing you need to do is get there. For the Alliance, this typically means going to Ironforge and taking the bird up to Lightshope Chapel in the Eastern Plaguelands. The Horde should also make their way to Lightshope, although I admit I don't really know the fastest way for you guys to get there. So here we go, flying out of Ironforge and heading to the Eastern Plaguelands. Once you land at Lightshope Chapel, you'll want to mount up and start running in a northwesterly direction. Careful not to fall into the Pestilent Scar, particularly if you're of appropriate level for the instance. Stratholme, like Blackrock Spire, is a fairly large instance. As such, most of the time it's split up into two smaller instances. That's to say, Stratholme Undead and Stratholme Live. Today we'll be focusing on Strat Live. Strat Undead requires a key, the key to the city, which is accessible through Strat Live. Strat Undead is accessed through the service entrance, which is right north of this road. Somewhere up there. In Strat Live, you just keep following the road through Plaguewood, and you eventually get there. I will have a separate key run, and a separate run for the optional boss in Strat Live. But for right now, this is just how to get to Strat, how to get through Strat, and how to finish Strat Live. There's the instance portal, here we go. Be sure you want to zone in before you zone in, because once you zone in, you can't get out. You would need to be summoned, you'd need a hearth, or if you're using the random dungeon finder, you'd need to teleport out of the instance. The pulls here are pretty simple. You'll notice that I've marked two mobs with a star and a circle. These are sort of more elite mobs that will cause trouble if you pull them with the regular packs of mobs around here, which are generally not elite. What you want to do is wait for them to pat beyond that far group, and then pull them and kill them individually. Then you can finish off with the rest of the group. Scattered throughout both Strat Live and Undead are supply crates, by the way. You'll see them in a moment. They either have actual supplies in them, or they will break open and give you a disease, or you'll be faced with plagued maggots, rats, or roaches. Also in Strat Live are ghosts, ghostly citizens who dance with you if you /dance with them. They will not attack you unless you attack them first. But even when you are in combat with them, you can /dance with them to buy yourself a little bit of extra time if you need it. Here are the major paths. That gate brings you over to Strat Undead. But because we're pretending that I don't actually have the key to Strat, we won't go through there. There's also the Shade of Naxxramas, which needs to be killed promptly anytime it spawns either in Strat Live or Strat Undead. Otherwise it'll summon two gargoyles. This is the rat cage. Make sure your entire party is in the rat cage at the same time, unlike my stupid cat who decided to take a break. This is Market Row. You want to pull the paths back to here. Down to the right is the way to Strat Undead, where you can get the key. But like I said, the key run is a separate run, at least for the purposes of this video. Now here I broke open a crate and pulled aggro on that entire group of mobs, so you don't want to really do that. So far, this has all been undead, but now we hit humanoids. You want to kill the conjurers first. The gallants and the guardsmen will knock you back, but the conjurers will bring out water elementals, which, if left unchecked, will wipe you. So I've marked all the conjurers. You can pull these guys really far out before you kill them if you really want to prevent runners. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like when you don't kill the conjurer right off the bat. There's a water elemental. There's another water elemental. Basically, this is what you want to avoid. So conjurers first, always, both out here and inside the instance. That knockback really sucks. Plagued rats from a broken crate. Ugh. Very messy. Once you kill these last 4 mobs, and there are no more humans left in this area, a boss will spawn. His name is Timmy the Cruel. He is a ghoul. He hits hard. So what I recommend is using a little bit of crowd control. Make sure you get everything dead, keeping one alive to either try to regen some mana or gain some health back before Timmy himself pops. I'm in Aspect of the Viper right now. I've trapped the mob. Not that I really need all that much mana, but... Alright, there's Timmy over there in the distance. He always spawns over there. He's got a large aggro radius though, so don't get too close until you're ready to pull him. Also watch the line of sight with those boxes. Back in the day, Stratholme required the Scarlet Key that you get out of the Scarlet Monastery. It no longer does.